Hi, welcome to another segment of Self-Made Successful Woman. And today I have a guest again, and she's so inspirational. Her name is Desiree Veerasawmy. She is healer. So she heals through photography as well as massage therapy. And her main focus is people that went through physical abuse. She is simply amazing. So thank you so much for being here with me, Desiree.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This is exciting.
It is, and it's so inspirational. I just can't wait till people hear your story and feel connected with your story. So I'd like to know, can you please share with us a little bit about you and your story?
I was born in Philadelphia, in this country, in the United States, from two wonderful people from the Caribbean who are mixed as well on both sides. So mom's side's Native American, East Indian, and French, and dad's side's all the other stuff, French, Chinese, Indian, Dutch, Irish, all that stuff is in there. So, and then I came out this way. So I'm polyethnic, which means that I'm many, many different cultures. I was arranged to be married at a young age.
Wow.
In this country.
Wow.
So there's things going on here nobody really talks about, but they're old traditions caught up with the new traditions. So my mom was convinced that she was going to die, and she was looking, and this guy came out of nowhere and said, you know, always around, and kept going for me. And eventually he got me. So I had to live through that. And I was 12 when that happened. Wow. And I went through that, and I came out a stronger person. I went on for 2 years. And out of that, I became an emancipated minor, and which means that I had my rights as a youth, and I lived on my own. I did my own thing. So it was very freeing at the same time when I was captive. And out of that, I also had to deal with my man-hating issues because I was put in that situation. So I dealt with it the way anybody would do, go on the football team and beat up men. Didn't work. So I said to myself, well, why don't I walk in another man's shoes to know what it is to feel, what to do what they've done, to understand. And when I did, it changed my life, and it allowed love to come in because I understood how men thought. And I did this for a month. And if you walk in another man's shoes, it is true. You cannot judge. You cannot judge. And I allow the love in. And that's when my life started going into the healing direction. While I was emancipated, I also started shooting, doing photography, and my stuff is noticed right now with the Smithsonian Institute, and I'm a Smithsonian photographer.
Wow.
Yes. So on top of that, I also do massage therapy. So I actually heal people through touch. I also heal people through images. So you want to come out of your shell, I'm the person that's going to shoot you and see the best you. And bring you out.
So can you tell me a little bit more about your business? I know you're a healer, but can you give us a little more information about it?
People who have survived sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse.
Molestation, or any kind of physical abuse. It could be domestic abuse. Anything where the first touch was negative. To actually get them in tune with their body, get grounded, and get back to the sense of inner self and inner peace. Correct.
Yeah.
Because what happened was external, it wasn't internal.
Yeah.
So the internal will triumph at the end of the day after working on therapy and getting it aligned again. And I know people who have survived horrible sexual abuse, and they couldn't even stay on my table. They jump when I touch them. It took me a while for them to enjoy touch.
Even the step of calling you.
Just even doing their hands.
Wow.
Just touching their hands was healing. Can you imagine? Going through life and never being touched in a nice way. I also survived leukemia, which is my own mission to survive another thing besides the sexual abuse, cancer. So I survived cancer, and I was having that 3 jobs, doing my photography, dancing with a dancing company. I dance on Broadway. On top of that, I had the dream apartment, the dream life, and then I got slammed with cancer. And I said, God's telling me I need to slow down and find out what my focus is, because that's not my purpose. And if it wasn't for that breakdown, I wouldn't be in this breakthrough of healing. It took that to get to this place. So every single moment is a success that I've gone through. It's not It's not a place to get to, it's in the moment. Every single one of those is success. But that's why I do my photography. And my photography is to capture the invisible, to bring what is there, to have it come out, to see the unseen. And because of that, I was in the Smithsonian. So these are the people who get ignored. They live in the mountains, and they're seniors. A lot of them were ignored. They're dying alone. This society doesn't really have a lot of compassion towards elderly people, and traditionally they don't take care of the elders anymore.
Where is that?
Here, and this was happening here.
Oh my God, it's in New York City?
This is happening in New York. But it was all the indigenous people that nobody knows about. Like, it's all the Indian, the Caribbean people like me who were left alone to die.
Wow.
And this is what I've always focused on, the people nobody sees. And it was chosen, 40 of my photographs were chosen for the Smithsonian at the time.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what is your definition of success?
Oh, okay. The definition of success for me is that it's not a place to get to, it's not a destination, it's in the now. And that means you're surviving that moment. That moment when you're getting hit. Just that you survived that is a success. Just that you survived that when you're throwing up without abortion, or the thing that you didn't want to deal with, is a success, and it should be celebrated.
What was your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
There's so many. Besides taking on my pedophile, biggest one, going back to school. But for me to give myself school after 20 years of not being in school, that was huge. A lot of people, one day I will, I'm not smart enough, I'm too old, I'm in pain, I survived cancer. All these excuses, you name it, I had it. But at the end of the day, that gift they gave me of education, nobody can take it away.
Do you have any routine, specific routine that you do every day?
I dance. I love to dance. Every song, salsa, merengue, rakshaki, belly dancing, whatever it is, I love Middle Eastern dancing. But it's actually a very rich tradition, and it's all to embrace the women's body and embrace that part that we don't pay attention. It's not about sexuality or getting a man. It's actually about embracing your ovaries and embracing the roundness of your body and keeping the hips loose so that you can walk and manage and have strength when you stride, when you walk.
What piece of advice would you give younger women trying to follow your footsteps?
Emphasize it's going to be okay. Just keep going. It's going to be okay. Every little step counts. And I would advise every time you have a success, Des, because that's what people call me, Des, have a party, celebrate it.
And do you have a quote or mantra that you live by?
You playing small does not serve the world. You are a child of God. That comes to mind.
That's from?
And that's from Marianne Williamson, The Course in Miracles.
Yes.
And she also, that you shrinking so other people will feel bigger than you. You know, there's no power in shrinking so that others feel bigger than you. There's no power in it.
So I'd like to share with people where they can find you if they want to maybe...
You can do my email.
Okay, can you want to share?
It's Dez, D-E-Z, .physics, P-H-Y-S-I-C-S, @gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me.
Awesome. So if you'd like to schedule an appointment with her, you have her email. Again, I'd like to thank you so much, guys, for being here today with us. And I really hope this video is going to inspire a lot of you, especially younger people, men and women that have been through abuse. So if you have any comments or questions, please come onto my website at salwaibalin.com. And I can't wait to see you again for the next segment of Self-Made Successful Women. Once again, thank you. And thank you again, Desiree, for being here today.